1 year later, it has been a real exciting ride. Getting to have my loved ones here by my side. Teenage me would love to find a reason to why, cause I'm shy now. This version of Joel wants to be your dog and guide. Another new season of Not Your Average Joel starts right now.
Welcome, everybody, to the season 4 finale of Not Your Average Joel. So, as you can tell in the description, we've made it to episode 100. Um, as crazy to say 100, I can't believe I've made it to the triple digits. And so many amazing things have happened this season. This past 4 seasons, amazing things have happened. I've spoken to some amazing people. I've spoken to 44 guests, different guests, whether they're family members, friends, people that I haven't seen in a long time, old classmates, people that I've met online, all kind of different people from all around the country and all around the world too, if we're going to be candid here. I've had the pleasure of meeting a friend in the UK. I haven't gone to the UK yet. Here soon. Stay tuned. But I got to speak to a friend from London. So that was amazing. And then I've also gotten to speak to many guests from 13 different states here in the United States. I think that's pretty amazing as well. I've enjoyed every topic that I've gotten to do, whether they were serious topics or the fun loving kind of topics. I think those have been really fun as well. I've definitely been enjoying those. So, as y'all could tell from today's topic, if you're looking in the description, whether it's on YouTube or any of the podcast streaming platforms, you'll wonder why are you doing an episode, almost like a self-reflecting episode. The episode is called Dear Joel, and here's the reason why. So, way back in 2017, that's 6 years ago, uh, from here, 2023, yeah, it's been 6 years now. It's crazy to think because I felt like I was just in 2017. Like, other than 2020, I feel like all the other years have flown by. But anyways, way back in the summer of 2017, I started doing this thing where I would write to myself once a month, sometimes once every other month. I feel like most of the time I've been pretty consistent. I don't know if I'm the only one or not, but I could be the only one. But I don't know. I don't, if y'all have that same kind of thing that y'all do where you write a letter to yourself. It's almost like, how some people like to talk to themselves in the mirror and like give themselves motivation or build their own confidence back up and be their biggest cheerleader. Talk to themselves in the mirror like, oh, you got this, you're good, you're amazing, you're beautiful, whatever the case is. That's basically what I'm doing sometimes, but in written form. I'm not always my biggest motivator, as y'all know. I sometimes can have like a lower self-confidence. But I think that this is a good episode because maybe sharing stuff that I write to myself, maybe it will bring something to your life. Maybe it's something that y'all can relate to. Maybe you talk down to yourself. Maybe you give yourself a lot of encouragement or motivation. That's amazing as well too. I just thought that this would maybe give some kind of relatability and show a little bit more of a vulnerable side to me and almost me talking to myself, but from the past, if that makes sense. Like I'm reading these now in 2023, but like I'm wondering what did 2017 Joel Vance say? What did 2020 Joel Vance say? Like there's so many different things, and there may be times where like I'll have a name in here. I may not use their name just because of privacy. So I feel like there have been times where I've wrote somebody's name down, but I just wanted to clear that up in case if y'all are wondering if I start using he or she, just start using pronouns instead of using their actual name. So just thought I'd let y'all keep that in mind. So I'm not gonna read all of these. Y'all, as y'all can tell, there's a lot of these here. There's actually 68. The last one that I wrote was back in November, but the farthest one back that I wrote, my very first one, was in July 2017. Now, yeah, like I said, there's 68 of these, and I actually have a 69th thing. I have a voice memo that I basically kind of spoke to myself from a couple of months ago. So I'm going to be playing that one last. But I'm going to read off some of these. Not all of these are going to be read. Like I said, maybe this is something that y'all can relate to as well. I have tissues here just in case if I get a little emotional. I may or may not. I don't know. You never know. There have been times where I've gotten emotional about different things. So I think this is a good time to go ahead and get started. So the very first one is from July 16th, 2017. And I always titled my letters as well. This one is called What Happened. And I also have a Bible verse, and I've also wrote like a little encouraging thing at the bottom as well. So so I do have some of that. But here's my first letter. Dear Joel, what happened to you? What happened to the old you? The one that was so innocent, the one who had many friends, the one that people loved being around. Joel, where did you go? I miss the old you. Wow. Okay, this is starting really crazy. Okay. Baptism is a new renewal of your faith, yet it seems like you have drifted from God more than ever. Joel, you know that you were loved by a God who sent his son to give you his all. You know this, but it's time to take action with your faith in all areas of your life. Starting today, July 26, 2017 at 1:05 a.m., I promise to do my hardest to make a better and spiritual life to glorify God and to become a new man. Joel, put God back where he belongs. You deserve the best and you deserve to be loved. It is time to have confidence in the power and presence of God. Do it. Love, Joel. Okay, that was a way to start. First one, my first one here. In 2017, I guess I must have been falling off the path a little bit. I mean, I know I've got baptized back in 2012, and I know that I'm saved. I know that I have confidence that I am a child of God and that I am saved. But I guess there have been times where, of course, we all fall off the track. We're all not perfect. And it looks like back in 2017, I was falling off track, definitely. Um, Even still to this day, of course, we all fall off track sometimes. So I guess it just goes to show how it can still lead up to today, and but all we can do is to fight it off and to do better and to really give glory to God. What hit me was just there at the very beginning when I was asking what happened to the old you, the one that was so innocent, the one who had many friends, and the one that people loved being around. Oh, at that time, I must have 2017. Yeah, that was probably around a time where I started losing a lot of my friends, and one person was really close to me in my life at that point, and me and her no longer speak. Even when I first wrote this letter, I remember that a month before was the last time I spoke to that person in June 2017. Me and this person still don't speak. This person doesn't even live here in Alabama anymore. I hope that this person is doing well, but part of me sometimes misses that old friendship and that close bond that I had with this person. But it seems like It seems like 2017 me has some things to figure out. So, it's just crazy. 2017, how old was I? I was 24. So, and I'm 30 now. So, yeah, that's just mind blowing to think. This next one, July 28th, 2017, it's called I Hope. Dear Joel, I hope for many things can happen for you. I hope you will graduate with your bachelor's from UAB and CIS. I hope you will one day watch your bride walk down to you on your wedding day. I hope you were given the opportunity to have kids and to be the dad you've always wanted to be. I hope you get a career where you are happy and you are financially stable. I hope you find new friendships and new godly people in your life to grow with and to have fun memories one day again. I hope you get the opportunity to explore the world, to travel, and to be adventurous. I hope you try new things, go on road trips, experience new things, and to live life, all of this glorifying God through it all. I hope most importantly that you will draw closer to God, to seek for His plan, to follow the path He has for you. I know you feel like things are changing and they are every day, but do not lose sight of the blessings God has prepared for you. Do not lose hope. Do not give up on your God, your family, and your dreams. I know in a physical sense that without your big family that you have nobody. Ooh, you do not have a single person that you can call friend, but God knows what you are going through. He knows that you feel lonely, but He will lead you to a whole new level that you have never experienced. Just you wait. Keep believing in the power of God and what it can do, and you'll be just fine. I hope you think that these things happen for you, but it has to be on His terms, His plan, His time. Keep on hoping. Whoa. Okay, so this one, I'm glad I read this one. This was my second one that I wrote. And there at the very beginning, I was saying about I hope that I graduate from UAB with my bachelor's degree, and I did. So I'm glad that 2023 me could say that. I hope you'll one day watch your bride walk down to you on your wedding day. That hasn't happened yet. I'm still single, but one day I'm hoping that will happen. I just gotta continue to be patient. I hope you're given the opportunity to have kids and to be the dad you've always wanted to be. Still hasn't happened. I hope you get a career where you're happy and you're financially stable. That has happened. I have a great job and I'm thankful for the job that I have. I hope you find new friendships and new godly people in your life to grow with and to have fun memories one day again. I do have that. I'm glad that I've met new people, I've had new friendships, and even old friendships that I thought were dead at the time came back to life. And I'm friends with these people still to this day. So that's amazing. And one more thing that I wanted to point out, it says, I hope you get the opportunity to explore the world, to travel, and to be adventurous. I hope you try new things like going on road trips, experiencing new things, and live life. All of this glorifying God through it all. And I've done that actually. As you can tell in my background, if you're watching this, you can see that I have traveled a good bit. I've actually traveled to 41 different states. I've been to 4 countries and make sure I have some new adventures that I'm going on. I've been on a couple of big road trips throughout the US that I've really enjoyed. I've got to try new things, things that I never thought I would do. And at this time, I had a fear of flying, and I've overcome it. I think that's really great. So there's that one. I like that one. I'm really glad I read that one. This one is from August 7th, 2017. Defining You is what it's called. Dear Joel, recently you have been dwelling on the people of your past. I knew that you grew a bond with them for years, but it's time to stop and let them go. You decided on March 20th, 2017, that your 7.5 year friendship would end, and on July 23rd, 2017, that your chapter with she will close, or with her will close. Your life happened before them, and life will go on after them. You fully let go in knowing that you still carry and enjoyed the good memories and that you were at peace with them last time you saw them. If they have anything against if they have anything against them, then that is on them. You were blocked in every way from him, so he did not want you to give the apology, and I'm glad that you're accepting that because you don't deserve to feel shameful when you've asked God for forgiveness of all of your sins. You and her are on a good note, which is relieving, but I understand that you were blocking them to protect yourself from falling back into the same trap. Remember that he doesn't define you, she doesn't define you. You're God. Well, you're God, and your bad habits don't define you. Your past doesn't define you. You were defined as a child of a living God and a follower of Jesus Christ. Do not tear yourself down calling yourself fat or overweight. Oh man, you shouldn't beat yourself up like that. You are worthy everything to the Lord, literally. Don't give up and start feeling confident with yourself. Oh my gosh. Y'all know this has been a thing for me, I guess, for sure, since 2017. As y'all can tell, I was using he and she because there were two different people in my life that, uh, at the time, I was not on good terms with. One of them I still don't talk to is the same person that I was talking about earlier in one of my earlier letters. The other one I am on good terms with again. Me and him are really good friends again, and I'm glad for that. And he's actually been on this podcast before, actually here very recently. So I'm sure y'all can figure that out. Okay, this one is from August 13th, 2017. Dear Joel, I know yesterday was one of the scariest days of your life. You went whitewater rafting with him at Whitewater Express in Columbus, Georgia, and you flipped over twice, big time, into huge currents. I know you were scared that you were going to die. You were choking on the water from the sudden dunk into the water. At one point, the raft knocked you in the head. Wave after wave kept crashing into you as you struggled to stay above surface. It definitely made it to where you will never do whitewater rafting again. I feel like it was meant to happen. Shows that life is brief. You can lose your life in an instant. Though you had the flotation device and helmet, your life was still at risk with the rough current. Don't let this break you. Don't be fearful to do anything. This should inspire you to take risks such as meeting some new people, tell a girl you like her if you like her, accomplish your bucket list, and do not give up or let this hinder you. I know you will never forget this, but do not let this change you into something fearful of all things with water. You may have lost your shoes during the accident, but you didn't lose your life. You are okay. By God's protection, you are safe with no injuries because a headache and a sore neck. Wait, you're safe with no injuries besides a headache and a sore neck. You will be all right. Just keep going. Don't lose the adventurous self. Okay, so to be honest, I almost completely forgot that I wrote this. I remember going whitewater rafting with my brother in Georgia, and yeah, we flipped over twice, and I haven't been whitewater rafting ever since. And I know I wrote in here to not be fearful of like things including water, which I'm not, but it just made it to where I just don't want to do whitewater rafting again. And I won't say never actually. So 2017 me, I'm gonna have to try to retract a little bit of what you're saying because I don't want to say I'll never do it again. I just more than likely. won't do it again. I won't be voluntarily doing it again unless I get this adrenaline rush to want to do it again. So it was a scary day at the time. Now looking back on it, I've had scarier days. So yeah, that's how I look at it. Okay. This one is from November 26th, 2017. So it's been since August since I've done wrote myself a letter at this point. So I took like a 3 month break, it sounds like. Or yeah, 3 month break. Dear Joel, it's been a while since you've had a serious talk like this to yourself. You've been so into getting school work and work done that you haven't given yourself time to evaluate yourself. Joel, I'm disappointed that you were still in the same boat, making the same mistakes, thinking about the same person daily. You have let your bad habits go on long enough. All it has left you with is regret, broken promises, guilt, and shame. You also keep thinking about her, who is not in your life anymore. You've forgiven her, and now it is time to move on. Quit letting her drag you down. Also, you keep falling asleep and forgetting whether you've prayed or not. Take your Creator and King seriously. He took you seriously when the Lord died on the cross for you. Your worship is dry and it needs to be fully restored. Run back to God, draw closer to Him, stay close to your loved ones. You've been too focused on the worldly things like school. Do not forget that there is a heaven and hell. There is a God and a devil. Jesus is alive. Make a promise to make these, to, like, make a promise to not make these mistakes. Wait, it says make a promise to make these mistakes your past. Oh, okay. Make a promise to make these mistakes your past. Love, Joel. Yeah. So at this time, I was still thinking about this person that I had a really close friendship and relationship with, if we're just going to be completely honest with ourselves here. Saying like I had a bad habit, I kept thinking about her. My prayer life was terrible. My prayer life can still be terrible, if I'm going to be honest. I don't like it. I want to make improvements still to this day with my prayer life. Not that I feel like I had to use these big words, but more that like my heart is fully into my prayer and worship to God because I have definitely been not doing so good. This is from May 4th, 2018. This is called Obedience is the Key. Dear Joel, so you have completed another semester at UAB, and I am so proud of you. You have continued to persevere and worked harder to do better, and you deserve these 4 months to take a break before your final semester of school. Joel, I know that you started Sunday school and you have big hopes for this ministry. I hope that you will have the heart to be a friend to others, to be the hands and feet of Jesus, to be a friend to that lonely person that may come in class. I hope to see you grow into a better man and to be the best friend, that role model somebody needs. I hope to see you grow into a better man and to be that best friend, that role model somebody needs, that future husband and father some woman may be looking for. I am excited to see where the Lord is going to take you. The past is in the past, and you have an amazing future to look forward to. This summer, you have amazing memories, adventures, opportunities, blessings to encounter, and I pray that you will fully embrace it and to not take anything for granted. You continue to follow God's word and His plan for you, and you will be all right. You have nothing to worry about when you are in the Lord's hands. I'm proud of you and keep up the good work. Wow, I like that one. I'm proud of myself. I like that. I sometimes do need to give myself a pat on the back. This is from June 5th, 2018. Fighting Habits and Fears. Dear Joel, Joel, I know that you are 2 days away from flying to Greece, and I know that you are scared. Scared of your first plane ride, your first trip alone with no family or friends, your first time sleeping in a hotel in a foreign country alone, your first time sleeping with a stranger in the same unit for 6 days. But know that God is with you and that you are not completely alone. You are going to have a great time. You are going to meet others from around the nation. You may make new friends. You will see a whole new world out there with memories that will last a lifetime. Right now, you are filled with fear, but it should also go notice that you are excited. Just tell yourself that all will be okay and God will protect you. So, Joel, go enjoy your trip. Be courageous. Remind yourself who you are. Make new friends. Explore the world. Overcome your fear and habits. You can do it. And I believe in you. Enjoy this trip for your 25th birthday. Love, Joel. I remember that trip going to Greece. That was my first time going on a plane, going out of the country. Wow. I do remember those days, and I did end up making some friends. I still keep up with a few of them to this day. One of them has been on this podcast in the past, and I've enjoyed having her on here. And I enjoy getting to see everybody else's life and what they've been up to. So I did enjoy that trip after all, y'all. So I definitely wanted to bring that up. So the next one is from August 25th, 2018. The season finale begins. Hey, and we're here talking about the season finale right now. Dear Joel, wow, it has been 2 months since you wrote to me. So much things have gone on. You flew to Greece and had the time of your life, and you made it to and from safely. Now you are not so scared of planes. You've been to Panama City Beach for a week and you've accomplished your whole bucket list for the year. But now in 2 days, school comes back. This is your final semester. The grand finale begins then. It has been a long time coming. By the time you graduate, it will be 7.5 years since you started college. Crazy to think, 2 years ago you thought about dropping out, but you sticked it out, and now you were down to your final two classes. I don't tell you this enough, but I am so proud of you. I thought that you were scared of where to go. I know that you were scared of where to go once you graduate with a job. But God has a plan and He will make a way. You can do this. The finish line is right here. You are 111 days away from graduation. Now, I know that you have an interest in somebody that is in your Sunday school class. You may have been rushing it a little, adding her on Facebook and messaging her because all she did was read it. Just continue to be kind without being creepy and take it slow. Whether it's her or not, God will make the timing happen, but you must wait. I know you have the desire to be a husband and father, but you want to be with the correct woman, correct? I just like that I'm asking myself that. That is true. I do want to be with the correct woman. If so, then just wait and God will open and close doors for you when the time is right. Now, I also know that you were planning a trip to Canada for 3 or 4 days, and I know that you were excited, but remember to focus on school and work. You got the 12 weeks of school, then Canada, and then the three final weeks in graduation. You got a lot of great things ahead, and I look forward to seeing where God leads you. Now, don't wait too long to write me. I'll talk to you later. Love, Joel Vance. I like that. I like that when I'm telling myself, I'm encouraging myself. It was my final semester. This one is from October 25th, 2018. So it looks like I went a little bit without talking to myself. Dear Joel, you are 50 days away until you graduate from UAB. You've made it through the hardest part of the semester. Midterms are over, and after tomorrow morning classes, then you have 6 weeks of classes left. You are almost there. Just think a couple of years ago you thought of dropping out, and here you are going to order your cap and gown in the morning. I'm so proud of you. I know you have no clue where you're going to career wise, but I pray that you will follow wherever God leads you. Here in 3 weeks, you will be going to Canada with him, and I know that you are excited. I pray that since you rode a plane before, that you know what to expect and are more excited than anything. I pray for safe travels. I know that you have this desire for new things, such as finding the one God has for you and new Christian friendships. Just remember to focus on finishing school first, or keep school as a main priority, because you don't need too many distractions from doing your best in school, especially since this is the last semester and specifically your last 50 days of school. Just remember to keep your mind on what's important, and I'll talk to you later. Love, Joel Vance. Yes, I like these. I'm encouraging myself in 2018, but I know what happened at the end of 2018. But before we even talk about that, let's go into this next one. November 8th, 2018. Canada awaits for you. Dear Joel, you are only 8 days away from flying to Canada. This is your last trip before you graduate. This is your last opportunity to travel internationally for who knows when. You deserve this awesome opportunity to spend time with him and to explore all that Canada has to offer. Montreal, Toronto, and Niagara Falls are going to be so nice and beautiful to see. Right now, you aren't as nervous for the flight, and it probably has to do with trying to focus on school all the way up to the trip. And also, you've been on a plane before, so maybe you won't be so nervous at all. Now, you know he has never been on a plane, so just do your best to help him out on the process of everything from packing to getting through the airport to getting on the plane. You also have the excitement of almost being done with school. You have 37 days until you are done and you get to walk and get your bachelor's degree after all these years. You've worked hard and you deserve the best. Now, I know that you were scared on where your life will be, where your career will be, but just know that God has a plan and that you need to continue trusting Him. Don't let anything stop you from following Him. I'm excited for the next chapter in your life. I hope to see you meet the one, make new friends, get a good career, get a newer car, etc. But it will all happen in God's timing. One last thing, I know that you're still unsure about how to complete your part of the senior capstone project, but it will all work out. Never give up. Love, Joel. So, as y'all can tell, I've been pretty consistent. I keep telling myself that I hope that I meet the one, that I make new friends, that I get a good career, get a new car. I had the new career and new car after graduation. That was great. Making some new friends. Just haven't met the one. So I like that. I like that. Let's keep encouraging myself. Okay, this is where it might get a little bit harder for me, especially with the year 2019. This is called A Long Road Ahead, January 3rd, 2019. Dear Joel, I know that a lot has happened to you since you last wrote to yourself. You went to Canada and had a great time exploring Montreal, Toronto, and Niagara Falls. You graduated from UAB with your Bachelor's of Arts in Computer Science with a minor in mathematics. I'm so proud of you for getting through college and following your dreams with traveling as well. Now, about 2 days after you graduated, your mom was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, which is hard news to take. And there are times where you break down, but I know you continue to stay strong. This has been a long journey already because she's been in this state since November 25th, which led to 2 emergency rooms and a total hysterectomy before this diagnosis. I know it is hard seeing your best friend struggle like this, and this journey is not going to be easy, but you got to remain strong. The struggle with eating just jello will take time, but hopefully it is going to get better. The first half of 2019 is not going to be the best, but make it as positive as you can make it. You know everything is in God's hands, and you know chemo is going to start in a couple of weeks, so prepare for good and bad days. Just keep your faith going and do not let Satan drag you down. God is good no matter what. Don't forget to take care of yourself as well. God bless. Whew. Okay. Okay, this is where I gotta pull out the Kleenex. 2019 was definitely a really hard year. And that was just the very beginning of it. It was the beginning of a nightmare of a year. So, okay, I'm glad I brought got some Kleenex out here. Okay, this one is called Let It Out. This is from February 12th, 2019. Dear Joel, hey, I know a whole lot of things have happened to you, starting with your car stopping in the middle of the road from a blown head gasket, which led to driving the minivan, which also broke down in front of everyone at the church, which thank goodness that was just a $4 new battery replacement. You were still no luck with a full-time job, and you were pressured from him, making it seem like you aren't trying hard enough. Lord knows that you have applied at over 20 jobs. Someone will give you the opportunity. Don't let this stuff bother you. Love, Joel Vance. Okay, so as y'all can tell, 2019 is definitely going to be a hard year. March 15th, 2019. Dear Joel, it's been a while. A lot has happened, and I'm glad that you are getting closer to your family. I know that you're still looking for a job. You've applied for 48 jobs, and I know that it can be hard to be patient, but know that eventually all will work out. God has a plan for you, and it will happen in His timing. I know that for the months of March that you and your siblings are raising money to help with medical expenses. You've had a goal of $3,000, and so far only 1,430 have been donated. I know you hope to see your goal reached, but even if it doesn't happen, still be proud of yourself because you and your siblings are giving it all that you got. Also, I know you wonder who your future wife is, but you need to not worry because God will provide. I know how bad you want to be a husband and father. I hope it happens for you. Lord knows your desires. He will make a way even when there seems to be no way. Also, I know that Satan is trying to attack you, bringing up your past. But don't let it happen. Stay strong, stay close to God, and you'll be fine. You got this. So, as y'all can tell, in 2019, I'm, of course, on top of my mom going through cancer, I was looking for a job, and of course, still praying for a wife. So, I was still struggling in 2019. All right, this one is from May 10th, 2019. It says, I'm so proud. Dear Joel, well, you finally did it. You've gotten a job offer from Coca-Cola in the IT department as an IT materials data entry operator. I know being patient was hard, but you held out and you kept applying and never gave up. 64 job applications and 11 interviews later, here you are. In 10 days, you will be at your new job. I'm so proud of you as you went to school for your bachelor's degree and now your hard work has paid off. Now you got a drug test in the morning, you got to do a background check, you got to have a motor vehicle history on your records done, you got orientation, you got to get your hair cut, etc. God has a plan and it's starting to unfold. Your graduation has happened, you got a newer car, you got your dentist work caught up with, and you got a full-time job. Next week you'll get your inhaler refilled, so you are getting things accomplished. Now you want to exercise more often, join the choir, get more involved with the church, hope to find a new friendship, and hopefully find someone special to call your wife and the mother to your children. You have such a bright future, and I cannot wait to see what God has planned for you. Just be the best you that God has called you to be. Never give up on your dreams, because with God all things are possible. All right, so yeah, at this point in time when I wrote this to myself, I was definitely, it seems like definitely I got the job at my current job, which I was definitely excited about. Cause when I was going to school, I was working at my previous job, part time, and I knew that was not my forever job. So now this job is definitely more suited to what I went to school for. So it all worked out, and I'm still there today. I'm still at the same company, so I'm definitely blessed for that. I definitely love it. So this next one is from June 9th, 2019. It's called Chapter 26. Dear Joel, you were doing so well at Coca-Cola United. You've been working there for just 3 weeks, and I know you enjoy your job so far. I know you hope to make new friends, but just keep being patient and continuing being kind to everyone, and it will all pay off. Now, here this Saturday, you will be 26, and that means you will start yet another chapter in your life. You've accomplished a lot of great things. You started your birthday in Epidavros, Greece. You went to PCB, Atlanta, New Orleans, Nashville, TSO concert, which TSO is Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Video Games Live, Disney in Concert, Hot Air Balloon Festival, Blue Water Park, Canadian road trip to Montreal, Toronto, Niagara Falls, Chattanooga, Philadelphia, Philadelphia, not Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Mississippi, Evansville, Charlotte, Buffalo, etc. You repaired a friendship with her and moved on from old friendships. This person is not the same her I've been talking about this whole time. This is a different her. Um, that I'm no longer really friends with. I keep up with her on social media, but that's about it. You've done some big things, such as graduating with your bachelor's from UAB, getting a different car, which I now have a newer car than that car that I even had at that time. Getting a job, enrolling for your own insurance, etc. You have many more memories while being 26 that you started in Cancun. Just remember to remain humble and kind. Don't let Satan take you down. Stay away from your past. Focus on now and prepare for your future. Keep close to your family and friends. Keep God number one and continue to follow your dreams and goals. Love, Joel Vance. Okay. Okay, I like that one. July 2nd, 2019, part 2. Dear Joel, you have been doing so good so far with your job at Coca-Cola as you got a 4 out of 50 from your 4 out of, oh yikes. 4 out of 50 for a 4 out of 5 from your 30-day evaluation with her, which was my supervisor at the time. Keep up the good work and remember that you will go far as long as you remember to stay focused and not let any stress get the best of you. I know that your mom is having her colonoscopy today, but remember that all will be okay as she will get through this in order to get her surgical procedures. She is a tough and strong woman, and she can get through anything. I know that every now and then you will still wonder if you will ever have new friendships or even find the one you would love to spend your life with. But remember to stay patient. Be grateful that you have all these friends in your life. They have shown interest in hanging out with you and being around you, and they seem to care too. New friendships will come. You see some potential with some of the people that is new to your Sunday school group, so there is always potential. None of that ever works with those people, to be honest. Just keep being patient, and the right people will come into your life. I'm glad that you had fun in Mexico, but after your trip to Kentucky, it is time to take it down a notch on the trips and start trying to pay off your credit cards, student loans, and car payments. Please, I didn't stop no traveling. Who are you talking to, Joel? Keep up the good work and remember to try your best to be healthy physically, mentally, financially, and spiritually. Love, Joel Vance. Okay. This one is from August 17th, 2019. It's called Shifting Priorities. Dear Joel, so it has been a little while since you have given yourself time to write to yourself and to God as well. It is never good to be busy because it leads you having no time to spend with yourself and God. You need to find a better balance in life. I understand that you were working full time, trying to spend time with your family, going to choir practices, trying to accomplish your bucket list, etc. But you have nobody to blame but yourself. Now, I know a lot of changes have happened. You had a big argument with him, and you felt like your friendship is on a roller coaster that you want to get off. He did humbly apologize a few weeks ago, but you are slowly seeing the red flags again, as some of his behavior is getting to that stage again. Just remember to be the best friend that you could be. Do that with every person in your family as well as your friends. Now, also, I know you can tell that Satan is trying to mentally get the best of you, but do not give in. Try your best to write in here and do it because you need to have this time, not because you have to. God bless. Christmas Day 2019. Dear Joel, well, this year is coming to an end, and I got to say that I'm proud of you for many reasons. You've gotten a new job and have managed to do exceedingly well. You're also getting promoted and a raise at work. Keep up the good work. Also, you have gotten rid of friendships that were dead or dying. You cannot have friendships or force friendships with those that don't try, that are ungrateful or rude in general. Continue to have some respect for yourself and do not let anybody run you over. Now, for this next year, I would see you getting healthier physically, take care of your body mentally, quit thinking about toxic people, emotionally stay strong through tough times, financially pay off your debts, and most importantly, spiritually, in order to have a stronger bond with God. Make 2020 amazing. Make 2020 an amazing year with little to no drama. Be a better man than the man you were yesterday. Continue striving to do bigger and better things. Take care of yourself. Do not let anyone talk down to you. Keep being patient for the future friends and wife that God has for you. Stay away from negative people and past situations. Continue overcoming and don't give up. Remember to be the hands and feet of Jesus and do it all wholeheartedly. Love, Joel. Okay. Okay, so as y'all can tell in 2020, things changed. Here in 2019, I was telling myself, I was going to hopefully make it an amazing year. And 2020 felt like 5 years. So here we go. This one is from March 17th, 2020. As y'all know, COVID happened right around that time. So that's what it's called, God over coronavirus. Dear Joel, a lot of crazy stuff has happened these past few days. The coronavirus has gone up to America and everyone has gone crazy. Definitely taking precautions, but do not let the media and people live in fear over this. Do not let the media and people let you live in fear over this. You know that you are a child of God and He will protect you. Joe, you cannot worry about this because God can handle this and nobody's going to change that. You just keep being positive and definitely be careful, but let your faith overcome your fear. Now, let's change the subject. Over the past 2 months, you've lost about 10 pounds, which is worth being proud of. I know that when it comes to physical looks, that you are your worst enemy in this case. Phew, amen to that. But you don't have to stop there. Keep working hard and do not let yourself get lazy. Hold yourself accountable for your actions. That goes for all actions in every area of your life. You can do better, but I am proud of you compared to the man you used to be. I know that you've also paid off your car and card, which is great, but you got to make sure to balance your money and pay off your trips. And your trip to Portland and Seattle, that didn't happen in 2020, as y'all know. It ended up happening in 2021, but into Europe in October, yeah, that didn't happen either. Just keep up the good work, and you could have it all paid off by the end of the year. Also, I know that you haven't been around any of your friends and aren't 100% if they are all a part of your past or not, but be sure to be smart about it and do not decide irrationally. Keep at peace with everyone for sure. Right now, things do not seem normal for you due to working remote from home and you aren't able to see family besides the ones in the house. But know that this will get better eventually. Just do not lose yourself in this, because Satan would love to see you go insane. But you are better than that. Just keep up the good work and strive to do better. Talk to you soon. All right. April 4th, 2020. Me over coronavirus. Dear Joel, now I know the meaning of your title, Me Over Coronavirus. You don't mean that you are immune to getting it or it's too good to get it, because I did end up getting it in 2021. You mean that you are not going to affect the coronavirus. Like you mean that you are not going to let the effect a coronavirus has on people to get the best of you. This has led people to live in fear for their lives, and I understand that it is good to be cautious and to do your best to practice social distancing and to stay at home as much as possible. But some people are taking it too far. This coronavirus has led us to being guaranteed quarantined to our houses. This quarantine may drive a lot of people crazy, but do not let it get to you because you are better than that. Now let's talk about a huge accomplishment that you have done. You lost almost 9 pounds this month. You have lost a total of 18 pounds since January 7th. You were at 230 pounds and now you are at 212 pounds. I'm so proud of you. You've worked so hard and I hope to keep up the good work. You are doing great being physically healthier, but I hope you do better with being healthier in the other areas of your life. There is always room to grow. May 17th, 2020. Dear Joel, you were trying to do better with yourself this year with being healthier in every area of your life. You're doing great, but I know you have room for growth. You've lost 22 pounds, which is great, but I know you can do even better. You are getting more into God's Word through Bible studies and devotions with your friend and with your Sunday school, but there is room for growth. You've been doing better with the things you say and spreading encouragement to others, but I know that you have room to do better. You've been good in paying off stuff, but you got plenty of other things to pay off. You have got your you have got your mentality and emotions in better control, and I know you can strengthen these areas. Currently, you're still quarantined, but this is the perfect time for personal growth in these areas of your life. But you have come a long way from where you used to be, so I'm proud of that. But I know you will do even better. Just make sure you have the heart to serve and love the Lord and His people. You're currently in the book of John with your Bible studies, and I hope that you will focus on the devotions and to be reminded and learn from your readings. God always has something to share or to remind you of. You just need to be willing to listen, to learn, to take what you have learned and apply it to your life wholeheartedly. You just continue on being the best version of you that has called you to be, and don't give up on going after God more than ever. June 6, 2020. Disappointment and devastation. Dear Joel, a lot has happened this week with this nation, this world, and your family. The killing of George Floyd is awful, and it has led to many protests, which some have become violent. On top of this whole thing, along with coronavirus, your family is going through a division right now. I hope one day that there will be understanding, but until then, you need to pray for the best and pray for wisdom on what to say whenever the time comes. The words you say can speak life and death, and any word you say can be rough to take back. So be sure you seek for God on wisdom and come with an open mind and an open heart. Just remember to show kindness because kindness does go a long way. Yeah, 2020 was a hard year too, just with all of that going on. A lot of division was happening. It's unfortunate. November 21st, 2020. Safety is key. Dear Joel, in 13 days you will be heading to the West Coast. You were going with him to Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and the Grand Canyon. It was not Los Angeles. I ended up going to Utah instead. Um, I know that you were excited, and I know that you will do your best to stay safe and to have fun. I know that you will be nervous as well with driving through LA and even the flight itself. But yeah, and I'm not going to LA, but I know that all will be okay and you're going to have a blast. But first, we got to get through next week, which is a holiday week. Definitely enjoy the time with your family. I know that this Thanksgiving will be different, and it is disappointing that y'all are not y'all are just going to Golden Corral. But all you can do is make the best of it and be thankful that you will still get to spend Thanksgiving with some family. Yesterday, you went into your previous job and you saw your ex supervisor who said that you look like you're catching up with your brother as far as weight. She said that she was joking, but I know it didn't feel good hearing that, especially since you gained 5 pounds. But remember that you've lost 20 pounds this year. Starting Monday, you will start your new indoor jogging workout that you will do 5 times a week. Keep up the good work. You will reach your goal. Man, I still can remember that to this day, her saying that I've gotten big. January 18th, 2021. It can get better. Dear Joel, 2021 has already started off a little crazy within this nation. You know to stand on God's side of politics, so that is not confusing. But can be confusing is what to believe in when, with the riots that happened in the Capitol and whether it was real or a setup. However, you continue to rely on God because He is the only one with the answers to this world. Satan is the god of confusion, but he will continue to strive for division with the racial and political unrest along with coronavirus. All you can do is do your part and to pray and seek for God's calling. June 17th, 2021. Goals for 28 years young. Dear Joel, you are now 28 years old. As of today, you are fully vaccinated with the Pfizer for COVID. Why did I start off on Why did I start off my letter with that? What the heck? That was so random. I mean, all right, everybody. I got the Pfizer vaccine. August 21st, 2021, my COVID journey. Dear Joel, on Tuesday, August 17th, you tested positive for COVID. I'm grateful that you were fully vaccinated because if you weren't, then you may have been worse off. At the time, I guess that's what I was thinking. You've had to stay in your quarantine area, which is your room. You still have the whole week next week before you get past the 10 days of quarantine. I know it feels awful that you're having to stay away, but it is for everyone else's health. You were able to go upstairs, but with a mask and gloves on. You have to also social distance yourself from the others. You've been doing well so far. September 29th, 2021, Wanderlust. Dear Jaws, so you've gotten through COVID. Along with that, you have made it home safely from your big road trip through 13 states and around 3,500 miles. I'm glad you made it back safely and that you had an amazing time. This weekend, you were going to Tuscaloosa for the Alabama versus Ole Miss game, along with staying at a bed and breakfast in Centerville that your great great grandfather built, which will be neat to see. Following weekend, you're probably going to Top Golf and then the UAB football game, which should be fun. Y'all, I'm consistent. I stay busy, booked and busy, y'all. I have everything planned out. Even right now, as I speak, I have all of my Saturdays in January planned out. So, hey, I'm just kidding. October 29th, 2021. Motivation is coming. Dear Joel, I know recently you have been unmotivated ever since you have gotten back from your trip to Oregon/Washington. Phew, that's how I felt coming back from Idaho. That West must, maybe with their weather, I don't know. Just coming back from there must bring you back unmotivated for some odd reason. Um, Especially if your physical health. Yeah. Same thing. Even this year. You stepping on the scale last week was a rude awakening to see the scale read about 220 pounds. That is me right now. That is where I'm at. Oh my gosh. That is 10 pounds more than just a few months ago. Oh my gosh, did I write this in 2023 or 2021? Because this is exactly what I'm going through right now. Like, exactly. Oh my gosh. Also, you felt down about him bringing out your flaws and your acne, as well as basically saying you need to lose weight without actually saying it. I know it's hurtful to basically be torn down by your friend, but just ignore it and from out and do not talk to him about it anymore because it is negative for you and your friendship. Just focus on doing better for yourself and continue to persevere in every area of your life. Man, I was really going to allow that disrespect to happen. What a shame. Here we go. April 29th, 2022. Dear Joel, the moment is here. You're finally going to Ireland tomorrow. You've been wanting to go on this trip with EF Ultimate since March 2020, almost 26 months of waiting for the right time, and they have lessened the travel restrictions at this point. You had a test negative for the group travel, and all is well regarding that. You'll be meeting new people from all over the US as well as Canada too. Also, you get to meet some Irishmen too with your tour director. You will be going through different cities within Ireland for the next 8 days, and it will be a life-changing trip. You get to explore your ancestors' land. You will try new things. This will be the fourth country to visit. Just be careful in protecting your stuff and yourself, as you will be traveling solo with people that you do not know. God will protect you from everything as He does before you, and He is beside you always. I know one thing you may be ready to be done with is a long amount of traveling that you will do. You have a 2 hour flight to Houston, a 3 hour flight to DC. We have ended up in Chicago instead, due to weather. And a 7 hour flight to Dublin. Just pray that the whole process goes well and that you will come back safely on May 8th. I know on your boarding pass that you have your boarding pass and passport looking different as they have your name, Joel Alexander, with no space in between. I hope they won't be strict with something like that, as that is not my fault. I'm not sure if they have to see your passport like they used to or not, but I guess we will see what happens. I feel good that everything will work out and that you will be okay. You're going to Ireland and nothing is going to stop you. Just stay positive and remain friendly with everyone. Oh, that was such a fun time. I loved Ireland so much. I met some amazing people and I've had an amazing guest from Ireland on here before. I loved it. I love talking to her. She's such a good June 3rd, 2022. Losing motivation fast and creating podcasts. Okay. This is where it started. Dear Joel, things have changed for you in the past month. You went to Ireland and also started a podcast. Ireland was a great time as you got to spend 8 days exploring many areas in the country. You got to try new things, you got to meet some amazing new people, and you had the time of your life. Now, what I want to talk to you about is your new podcast, Not Your Average Joel. You recorded your first episode on Sunday, and things went good outside of your friend having some technical difficulties and some noisy neighbors. In 30 minutes, you will be doing your second podcast with your new friend. We'll be talking about emotion, and I really hope that things go well. Pray that you use this opportunity not only to show others a different side of yourself, but to also shine a light on topics that many people may not want to talk about. Whether it be for men or Christians, also you want others to have a voice and to share their experiences with that topic and you were talking about. I know the first podcast you were a little nervous, but definitely be confident and know that you have this desire to step out of your comfort zone. Mm, I love that. Yes, here I am, episode 100. There I was at the time, just one episode in. Wow. October 10th, 2022, all for his glory. Things have been going pretty good for you this month. You have over 1,000 views on YouTube. You have 23 subscribers on YouTube, 51 followers on Instagram, and you have over 120 plays on your podcast platforms. First of all, give God the glory, because without God, none of this would be possible. I know it can be a little messy, as you can feel like your communication isn't the best because you have moments where you stutter, repeat yourself, or your voice cracks. You know that. And you know what? That is okay because you were doing this for fun. You were still fairly new to this whole thing, and it takes a while for people to get adjusted to recording and having conversations about different subjects with some people that you are meeting on the podcast for the first time. Just continue to go through the process and get your goal of making 100 episodes. Yes, there I am. You could do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Yes, I like that. November 21st, 2022, Conviction to Redemption. I know that it's taken you a little while to get to this, but I'm glad that you chose now to do so. You come back from New York a couple weeks back and was sick for a little bit as far as your voice being gone and all. Once you got better physically, you were being spiritually attacked by Satan in a few different areas with your podcasts and how your views and plays are low and how you have people either ghosting or no longer showing interest in doing the podcast anymore, which became very discouraging on Friday night. Let nobody or nothing stop you from your relationship with the Lord. Let this awaken your calling and continue to spread the gospel through your podcast. Satan tried to stop you, but he failed. I love that. Satan did try to stop me from stopping this podcast because I started talking more about Jesus and I started seeing less views. But I ain't letting nothing stop me now. March 30th, 2023, you belong. I know that you are struggling with your sense of belonging within your church. You just feel so isolated and you feel like you would not be missed if you decide to leave. Mm, I get it. I still feel that way sometimes. But they're starting a new Sunday school class next month, so maybe I'll have some luck. I feel like you're losing motivation to talk to others, like your family members and friends. Don't lose yourself, Joel. Run to God because it is not too late to turn things around. It's not that things are going bad for you. It's just like you have this I'm done defeatist attitude, and that is not you. Next week starts off with Palm Sunday, and then it goes toward Good Friday and Easter. It shouldn't take this time of the year to remind you, but may this season motivate you fully to live out for the Lord and to remember what He's done for you. Change your attitude and your tone, and let's try to do and act better. June 6, 2023. Dear Joel, well, this is your very last letter that you are writing to yourself in your 20s. The journey for your 30s start next Thursday. You've been through a lot in your 20s. You graduated from UAB. Your mom almost died from a blood clot to her lungs. You traveled up to 39 states and 4 countries. You lost many friends. You left church after 11 years of going there. You left your job after 9 years, and you've been at your new job for 4 years now. You made some new friends. You did a few 5Ks. You started a brand new podcast. You started reading your Bible more. You gained and lost weight. You went on many first dates. You learned a lot about yourself. There are many amazing things that you have done, and there are many things that you want to have in your 30s, which y'all know, married and kids. So I'm just going to continue forward. September 25th, 2023, prodigal member. Dear Joel, well, here we are. You've been back from your trip to Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho for a week now, and I think that reality has kicked in for you. You are at a dead end road because you've made this season all about busyness and made busyness an idol to where you did not have Jesus as your priority. As the dust settles and you are currently in a time of waiting for your next trip in a month, you realize that you are still not in church consistently and you have given up on online dating. Now, I do want to admit that I don't understand because I feel so alone there going back to that church and I feel so isolated there. But something about that church feels like home and that I feel like I belong there. I'm not sure at what capacity that I will be used there or whether I'll make new friends there or if I'll meet my future wife there, but I must remain patient because everything has a reason for happening. Come back, Joel. You have a purpose. I titled this Prodigal Member because I feel like the church member that left the church and tried things my way, only to realize that it was never going to work out. Ooh, yeah, I was going through a hard time, which kind of leads to this voice message that I'm going to read, and that I'm going to play right now. Dear Joel, today is October 1st, 2023. I know by the time you listen to this, I hope that you are in a better mindset than you are right now. I know today was your first day going back to church after 6 months. I hope that today is day one as far as you getting back on track to growing with your relationship with the Lord and getting more back on a normal track. I really feel like this past week you've been going through a lot of stuff emotionally. To be honest, I'm not sure why. Nothing terrible has been happening to you, but I feel like you've lost a lot of motivation in life. You've given up on dating, on finding a future spouse when you know you've always wanted to be married. You've given up on the idea of having children. You've you gave up on church for 6 months. You've you've gained almost 10 pounds in the last 3 months, and you don't even really have any motivation to do anything other than to lay in bed and just be lazy. Externally, you've been showing strength, but internally, I feel like this past week you've been weak, and this is where you need to get back on track with the Lord. And that's why I think you got back into going to church. I hope that this is the start of something new, my friend. You need to love yourself. I don't know what this is exactly. I don't really like the word depression, but you are showing symptoms of depression. I don't know if Christian counseling is going to be something worth doing. I know that you have a friend that is a Christian counselor. Maybe at least talk to him. And of course, get back into the Word of God and pray and really allow God to transform you. And by the time you hear this in December, I hope that you are a bigger and better person. And I hope that you are healthier mentally, emotionally, verbally, physically, spiritually, and financially. All right. Talk to you later. Okay. Yeah, I was definitely going through a hard time. And couple of months ago. I feel like the enemy was trying to get the best of me because I made myself too busy and I made busyness an idol, like I mentioned in the last letter before that. And when I lost God in the process, I lost myself in the process too, for a little bit, and I started losing motivation. Even as you can tell in 2021, I lost motivation too. So I want to say that I'm so like super negative. I think I just I just tell myself the real stuff. I give y'all the behind the scenes of you see a fake smile sometimes from me. So I'm doing much better now, thankfully. But I have two more letters that I want to read off right quick, and then I'm going to send a letter to my 2024 self and close this out. October 30th, 2023. Times are changing. There, Joe. Well, a lot of things have changed since I last wrote to you. There's a full war going on in Israel with Hamas and Hezbollah. I know that you were a little overwhelmed with this as you've been hearing about this almost every day on the news and social media and has been appearing in your dreams. This is probably because you were truly accepting reality for what it is and that we are truly in the last days and we are one day closer to his return being Jesus Christ. I know the thoughts about the news can be scary, but I know you know who wins at the end of it all, and that you are on the winning side. As you go into November, I pray that you will break bad habits and continue to remain strong because through it all, God will bring you through it all. This last month or so, you were also walking through a moment of depression, which I'm so glad that you were doing much better now. May you continue to stay motivated on living life and seeing the positives, even in this dark world. You've also come to the realization that there are friends that you are no longer want to hang out with due to not being close, and that is okay because you do not have beef with them, but you just don't see any reason to be around them anymore. November 26, 2023. Ready, set, change. Dear Joel, we are nearing the end of 2023, and a lot of great adventures have happened. And at the same time, some crazy stuff has happened with the war in Israel. May none of this chaos get the best of you, because you know how it ends. God will reign sovereign. Let none of this media mess put you in fear. Currently, you're going through some struggles with your weight and your walk with God. I feel like the second half of this year, you have been slipping out of your faith and putting God on the back burner and just giving leftovers, which God does not deserve leftovers. As we close, I'm going to give myself a future letter to my 2024 self. So, dear Joel, it's 2024, it's coming. And as you go through 2024, you may be busy, you may have some fun traveling times, but do not let busyness become an idol because you have seen where that idleness, that idolatry, gets you, does not get you to a good point. So continue to work hard and pray hard and just to give God the glory. Keep Him number one in your life. Never give up. Love, Joel. So, everybody, I want to thank you for listening to my episode on Dear Joel. And I hope that y'all enjoyed this. I hope that this brought some kind of relatability or something like that for y'all. And I hope that y'all, you know, continue to listen and watch my videos, my episodes. And I just appreciate all of the support that I've gotten so far. And I just hope that y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year. And I will see y'all in 2024 for season 5 of Not Your Average Joel, which will come back sometime in February, which is to be determined. I'll let y'all know when I find out. So, anyways, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you in season 5 of Not Your Average Joel. Bye.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to another episode of Not Your Average Joe. You should know the drill by now, but just in case if you don't, my podcast is available not only on YouTube, but also on most podcast streaming platforms, my Instagram page at Not Your Average Joel Podcast, and I'll also have a website that you can visit at NotYourAverageJoelPodcast.com. My episodes will be coming out every Wednesdays going forward, so be sure to come back next Wednesday for a new episode. Thank you once again for your support, and I will talk to y'all in the next episode of Not Your Average Joel. Goodbye.